In this episode of our powerful series on the hidden history of the Oromo, we'll continue uncovering the untold stories that have shaped not only Ethiopia, but the wider region, from groundbreaking innovations in cattle herding to the almost mastery of indigenous agriculture. These hidden stories offer valuable lessons in sustainability, resilience, and leadership today. We explore 7 more incredible chapters that the world has overlooked for too long. Stay with us as we dive deeper into the fascinating history of the Oromo, revealing the knowledge, wisdom, and traditions that could have reshaped entire industries and global perspectives if recognized earlier. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay informed. These are the stories you don't want to miss. Welcome back to Simaan Tube, where we continue to uncover the untold histories of the Oromo people that have remained hidden for far too long. In this episode, we'll explore the second part of our series on the 21 hidden histories of the Oromo people. If you thought the first 7 stories were eye-opening, just wait until you hear about today's hidden gems, from agricultural innovations to military prowess that could have changed global history. This series has been divided into 3 parts, and today we'll take you through Hidden Stories 8 to 14. These are the stories that, if recognized earlier, could have shaped the fields of agriculture, diplomacy, and science on a global scale. So stay with us as we reveal more inspiring stories that deserve global recognition. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you don't miss the final part of this series. Let's uncover these hidden treasures together. Oromo Innovations in Cattle Herding, a model for sustainable livestock management. Starting with story number 8, we explore the Oromo innovations in cattle herding. The Oromo people have long been recognized for their expertise in sustainable livestock management. They developed rotational grazing systems that allowed them to preserve the environment while maintaining the health and productivity of their herds. This method, deeply rooted in their culture, helped protect the ecosystem, ensuring long-term sustainability. If this innovation had been recognized globally, it could have revolutionized livestock management across Africa and even beyond, in a world grappling with issues of overgrazing and environmental degradation. This ancient practice could have offered a sustainable solution much earlier. How different would global livestock farming look today if the almost sustainable grazing systems had been adopted earlier? Could it have saved the planet from some of the environmental issues we face today? The Oromo's approach to livestock management offers a sustainable model that prioritizes both animal health and environmental preservation. Recognizing this earlier could have informed agricultural policies worldwide, preventing overgrazing and reducing environmental damage, especially in drought-prone areas. 9. Oromo Diplomacy, Masters of Peacemaking. The 9th hidden history is about Oromo diplomacy. The Oromo people have long been known for their skill in diplomacy and peaceful conflict resolution. Their leaders were often sought after as mediators between warring groups, not only in Ethiopia, but across the Horn of Africa. Their ability to negotiate and broker peace through compromise, listening, and collaboration was unmatched. If their diplomatic skills had been globally recognized and incorporated into international peace processes, the world could have seen earlier examples of conflict resolution. Global organizations like the UN could have benefited from the Oromo approach to diplomacy. What impact could Oromo diplomatic strategies have had on global conflicts if they were applied in international relations earlier? Could we have avoided some of the most prolonged conflicts? The Oromo's diplomatic model emphasizes dialogue, mutual respect, and non-violent conflict resolution, values that resonate with today's global peacekeeping efforts. Recognizing these skills earlier could have contributed to more effective peace negotiations around the world. 10. Oromo knowledge of indigenous plants, a last agricultural revolution. For our 10th hidden story, we highlight the Oromo's extensive knowledge of indigenous plants. The Oromo people have long understood the medicinal and nutritional value of native plants, many of which remain untapped by the global agricultural and pharmaceutical industries. Their knowledge of sustainable agriculture, including crop rotation and soil preservation, could have provided essential insights for global agricultural practices. Had this knowledge been utilized earlier, we might have seen an agricultural revolution that focused on sustainability and nutrition, avoiding some of the environmental damage caused by modern industrial farming. What if the world had recognized the value of indigenous plants earlier? Could it have changed how we approach nutrition, agriculture, and even modern medicine? The Oromo people's understanding of indigenous plants could have contributed to more sustainable agricultural practices and breakthroughs in medicine. Recognizing these contributions earlier might have spurred innovation in fields like organic farming and natural remedies, impacting global health and food security. 11. Oromo military tactics, a legacy of resistance and strategy. Our 11th hidden history is the Oromo military tactics that were integral to their success in resisting external forces. The Oromo developed highly effective military strategies based on mobility, knowledge of the terrain, and communal defense. These tactics allowed them to maintain their independence and resist colonization for centuries. If their military strategies had been studied and integrated into global military history, they could have offered invaluable lessons in defense, resilience, and guerrilla warfare. How might global military strategies have evolved if the Oromo's unique defense tactics had been recognized and studied earlier? The Oromo's military strategies focused on defense rather than conquest, using the environment to their advantage. This approach offers lessons in how smaller indigenous groups can resist much larger and better equipped forces, an insight that could have influenced guerrilla tactics worldwide. 12. The role of music and oral traditions in preserving Oromo history. Our 12th story centers on the role of music and oral traditions in preserving Oromo history. The Oromo people have relied heavily on oral storytelling and music to pass down their history, traditions, and wisdom across generations. This rich cultural practice ensured that their legacy endured even during times of oppression and marginalization. If recognized globally, the role of oral traditions in preserving history could have been celebrated as a key method of cultural preservation, particularly in regions where written history was less accessible. What if the world had recognized oral traditions as valuable historical records earlier? Could we have saved more indigenous histories from being lost? The importance of oral traditions in preserving history can't be overstated. For the Oromo, music and storytelling served as a living record of their past. Recognizing this form of history earlier could have prevented the erasure of other indigenous cultures worldwide, offering alternative methods for recording history. 13. Oromo's connection to the Nile. Unrecognized economic potential. Our 13th hidden history is the Oromo's connection to the Nile River as one of the earliest civilizations in the region. The Oromo people had a deep understanding of the Nile's significance for agriculture, trade, and settlement. Their relationship with the Nile allowed them to develop intricate irrigation systems that sustained their communities. Had this early mastery of water management been recognized, it could have provided valuable insights into sustainable agriculture and water distribution, especially in arid regions of the world. How different would global agriculture and water management be today if the Oromo's connection to the Nile had been acknowledged and studied? The Oromo people's understanding of the Nile's ecosystem was essential to their survival and prosperity. Their early knowledge of irrigation and water management could have provided the world with sustainable solutions to modern water crises, particularly in regions suffering from drought. 14. The ancient Oromo calendar. A scientific contribution, the 14th hidden history is the ancient Oromo calendar, a highly advanced timekeeping system that divided the year into 12 months with unique significance for the Oromo people's spiritual and agricultural life. The Oromo calendar was based on astronomical observations, showing an early understanding of time, the seasons, and their connection to agricultural cycles. Had this calendar been recognized and studied earlier, it could have enriched global scientific knowledge about timekeeping and astronomy. Could the world have benefited from more accurate timekeeping and agricultural planning if the Oromo calendar had been studied earlier? The Oromo calendar reflects a deep understanding of astronomy and the natural cycles of the Earth. Recognizing it earlier could have influenced scientific fields such as astronomy and agriculture, particularly in regions where accurate timekeeping was crucial for survival. Today, we've explored 7 more hidden histories of the Oromo people, from agricultural innovations and military tactics to their connection with the Nile and their incredible contributions to science. Each of these stories shows how much we've missed by not recognizing the Oromo's contributions sooner. Imagine how the world could have been shaped differently by these early innovations. But this journey isn't over yet. There are still 7 more hidden histories to uncover in the final part of our series. Make sure to subscribe to Simaan Tube and turn on notifications so you don't miss the last part of our series, where we'll dive into even more groundbreaking stories from the Oromo people. We've only scratched the surface of their incredible legacy, so stay tuned.